Welcome back to the Nerdcore Podcast, the podcast that reviews movies and talks about nerd shit. This is episode 384, and it is your Saturday morning review here. Wonderful, wonderful time. As always, as always, hosted by your Nerd Gigano himself, alongside my wonderful co-host, Young Yoda.
Thank you, Ro.
Yo.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode where we review another movie that you probably haven't seen yet, but you should.
Yeah, you definitely should. Yes, because first of all, whether this movie is good or not, it's available on Netflix, and a lot of us have Netflix, so go and watch something new. It's on Netflix.
It's a Netflix and chill sort of time, and it's got Sacha Baron Cohen.
Yeah,
from the movies you like Borat and Borat the subsequent movie.
Borat and Borat's subsequent movie. How are you doing, bro?
I'm doing fine. I'm filled with pizza, and yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready to rock this review.
Nice.
So?
Yeah. Great. What's it called?
Raul, I feel like you ask us how we're doing all the time, so I'm just gonna ask. Raul, how are you doing?
Tomorrow's gonna be a really fun day. We'll say that. Yeah.
Which I need to get back to writing questions. I have 7 questions so far.
Okay.
I have 7 questions.
Also, a good interviewer makes questions out of the answers.
Exactly, which will happen.
Yeah. So, if you guys don't know what we're talking about, if you're watching live right now, hold on. Let me go ahead and let me just real quick.
I'm a big star. I'm a big star.
No, not that one. I should probably pull up my live chat, right?
Damn it, Jerry.
Yeah. Hold on. Pull up my live chat. Yep. Jerry's right there waiting for us. But, what's it called? If you guys don't know what we're talking about, tomorrow there is no Nerdcore live show. Instead, it's going to be a live Impaired Files episode of myself, being interviewed by Brad, and we're going to be doing that tomorrow. And Saturday, I may or may not be here because I need to go make a floor plan of where we're shooting the first day. And looks like I'm going to be gone from the hours of 8 to 11. So we're going to see what's up. But, this week has been really tough production-wise. We're ramping it up the last of the stuff we need. We're making the list of stuff we need to rent. We're talking about, okay, what we're going to be grabbing and stuff.
This man literally just said this week has been tough only because of his production schedule.
Yeah, on top of
everything else has fucking happened this week.
Yeah. Everything else, yeah. On top of everything else that's gone on this week that I may or may not be allowed to talk about. But what's it called? It's been a tough week for production wise. But yeah, it's. I'm going to be very happy once we actually get to start filming, and I'm very anxious. It's dragging way too long. Yeah, well,
that's just started. What the hell?
Yeah, democracy is at work, my friends.
He's talking about that. I thought I was talking about our show. I'm like we're only 4 minutes in, bro.
Damn, bro. Okay. I mean, we can make this go for 3 hours if you want.
All right.
All right. What's it called? Damn, dude. That's kind of
Kurosawa on you. We don't
dude.
edit.
Yeah. Damn, dude. I thought you were talking about us. You're like, damn, Jerry, okay.
All right, fine. Be that way.
Yeah. Damn, okay, man. We'll put you through the Irishman. But, we're going to be here to review The Trial of Chicago 7 from director Aaron Sorkin, writer and director Aaron Sorkin. We're going to be doing that for this week's good old, Saturday morning review. As always, the election, not the show. We know you're talking about the election.
We're just being stupid.
We're being dumb. But of course, patrons do get access to this on podcast form before anybody else does. So if you want to go ahead and check that out, you go to patreon.com/thenerdcore, patreon.com/thenerdcore. And, we do a bunch of wonderful stuff on there. We're going to get ready to ramp up our, the following week, probably do our movie commentary. And, so I'm excited. But we're going to be discussing the Trial of Chicago 7. And, yep, awesome stuff, man. Yeah. What's it called? We're gonna get ready to discuss this movie from Aaron Sorkin, and but this movie did come out this year, so if you haven't watched The Trial of Chicago 7 and you care about spoilers, then you might want to hop out of this and stop listening. But then again, how can we spoil something that happened in 1968? So yeah, what's it called? It happened in real life.
It's history, yo.
It's history, yeah. So if you don't care about spoilers, you can keep listening. Other than that, make sure that you respect spoiler warning because it is in effect in a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, coming from the one and only source, right? You know, we could use IMDb, but who makes such a great article like this? Nobody else but Wikipedia.
It's 3 paragraphs of maybe the correct stuff.
The correct stuff. Yeah, maybe the correct stuff. Oh, great! I went ahead and
Did you knock over your camera again?
No. I just moved the USB cord a bit so I could see, and I knew better than to do that. The Trial of Chicago 7 is a 2020 American historical legal drama film written and directed by Aaron Sorkin. The film follows the Chicago 7, a group of anti-Vietnam War protesters charged with conspiracy and crossing state lines with the intention of inciting riots at the 1968 Democratic National Convention in Chicago. It features an ensemble cast that includes Yahya Abdul-Mateen II, Sacha Baron Cohen, Daniel Flaherty, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Michael Keaton, Frank Langella, John Carroll Lynch, Eddie Redmayne, Noah Robbins, Mark Rylance, Alex Sharp, and Jeremy Strong. Sorkin originally wrote the screenplay in 2007 with the intent of Steven Spielberg directing the film with mostly unknown actors. After 2017 Writers Guild of America strike and budget concerns forced Spielberg to drop out as director, Sorkin was announced as director in October 2018, and much of the cast joined the same month. Filming took place in the fall of 2019 in Chicago and around New Jersey. Originally planned for a theatrical release by Paramount Pictures, the distribution rights to the film were sold to Netflix due to the COVID-19 pandemic. It was released in select theaters on September 25th, 2020, and began streaming digitally on Netflix on October 16th, 2020. The film received positive reviews from critics who praised the performances, the screenplay, and the modern parallels to the 1960s. Let me go ahead and get some other stuff in here, guys. What's it called? Other shout-outs. Music by Daniel Pemberton. Cinematography by Fedon Papamichael. I don't know if I said that correctly, but I said that as well as I could. Edited by Alan
Baumgarten, yeah. And of course, what's it called? It sits at 2 hours and 10 minutes with a budget of $35 million, and it made $107,423 with the theatrical release. Well, yeah, it's COVID.
Yeah. It's COVID. It was expected.
What the fuck you want?
I believe that's how much or less than that last Kevin Spacey movie that was put in theaters long time ago. So, but yeah. What's it called? Brad, you want to go first?
Yeah, I guess I could go first. This I think is a definite watch. It's good. I think there's pacing issues in this because it's like you ramp up the excitement and then it kind of drops down, and then you ramp up. It's like an oscillating pace to me. We have something really going on, and then no, nothing. Then it's really going on, and then nothing. And my issue with this is I love lawyer movies. I love trial movies. Yeah. Like, I love that shit.
The courtroom drama.
The courtroom dramas. I love that shit. My issue with this is there's better courtroom dramas. That's my opinion. Just I know 4 off the top of my head. Just Mercy, 12 Angry Men, The Judge, The Lincoln Lawyer. I know those off the top of my head. This is a okay lawyer movie. It's good. But to me, there's better out there.
Yeah. I cannot disagree more with Brad. I thought this was spectacular. I mean, the direction from Sorkin and the writing and the performances, the music, the cinematography, and the parallels that they actually use actual footage from the actual riots. I thought that was incredible.
I like that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's a bad movie. I'm just saying that, it's not the best one I've ever seen.
I think the pacing. I think ramping it up. Oh, we got something going here, and then it comes down.
Oh, my cousin Vinny.
Don't forget my cousin.
I love my cousin Vinny.
Yeah, what's it called? The movie they gave what's her name? I can't remember her name. Marissa Tomei, her Oscar. Yeah, only gave Marissa Tomei her Oscar.
Aunt May any day.
Yeah. I thought that the what's it called? The pacing is reflective of what I believe court cases kind of are. You know, you got something like, oh, we're gonna win this, like it's feelings like it, and then they bring in the inevitable, low blow, and you're like, shit, we're kind of going back to square one. What's it called? You keep getting more momentum, and you're like, oh crap, here we go, and then they bring something else. But I think that this movie was, rightfully released in 2020. I think, I mean, Brad and I. Parallels. I mean, Brad and I were podcasting today on another night of an election that we still don't have any results for. We don't have a concrete result.
And where a sitting president is going, I won. And we're like, it don't work that way, motherfucker.
Yeah. It don't work that way. Even when the system, this is a reminder, this film is a reminder that the system, it's meant to not work as well as people want it to work. But the system is still in place.
And I just think, it's. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I won't get into it.
Yeah. You don't know how to articulate your thoughts, do you?
Anger.
Yeah. The system is in place, and there's measures to dismantle it. But this film is another realization of what an important period the 60s and the 70s were. I mean, what's it called? You've got a war going on that countless of young men, and if you were paying attention to most of the names that were read aloud, what's it called? That were read aloud in the ending of this film, a lot of Latino and Black men, that were sent overseas to fight.
Well, you saw how in an American courtroom a Black man was treated.
Yeah. From
an old white judge who was racist and hateful and just an ass. Fuck, the judge was.
That judge was a bit...
but I will admit there has been few strong images in a trial film that I've seen than Bobby Seale being gagged and chained in a chair while in a courtroom.
By the way, Yahya Abdul-Mateen II, once again, another great performance.
They all had great performances. I like I said, my main thing was just the pacing, which you like because you're like it adapts well. And it's like every other movie I've seen of a trial, like 12 Angry Men, that didn't really have a pacing issue. And then again, it only took place in one room, so
yeah. And also, I think 12 Angry Men is shorter, isn't it? But
probably.
Here, look what Stacey put. Oh, speaking of election results, I've heard they're still waiting on returns from Alderaan. Hopefully, we'll hear something this evening.
you mean that's what they're calling Nevada now?
I'm guessing, bro.
They're still counting one at a time and taking 10-minute breaks between each count.
Yeah. So, like the performances, even Sacha Baron Cohen with that very, very, very heavily accented Boston accent. What's it called? Was still great. Eddie Redmayne. I love that Sorkin put Eddie Redmayne and Michael Keaton in the same room. Who is Eddie Redmayne notoriously, what's it called? Winning the Oscar over Keaton that year for Birdman.
Yeah, and Keaton was, for the short amount of time he was on, man, he was wonderful.
Yeah,
just I would watch. I'll watch anything with Keaton in it.
Yeah, Keaton was great in this.
That's my Batman.
Yeah, 1 hour and 35 minutes. 12 Angry Men. Of course, I believe 12 Angry Men is the best courtroom drama ever made. It's great. I mean, it's one of the best movies ever made. But here we've kind of, Sorkin kind of goes really into it, man. He kind of shows all these different aspects of it, like the way that the police lied. One of the most shocking images you'll see is when they're ready to arrest the Chicago 7, and they take off the badge and the nameplates, and it's like
which we've seen this year, where they've placed the felt or the tape over. So it's definitely paralleling. And this was definitely a good time to release this movie.
Yeah. Of course, and the whole idea of the whole world is watching, man. It's these events that we revisit in film, and we remind ourselves of the I think that it was no mistake that Sorkin spent his time to release this. I mean, what's it called? He was probably holding on to it, and he's like, okay, I got my theatrical release. And he could have said, like, hey, no, put it off. I don't want to release it until it's in the theater. But he saw the state of the world that we were in, and gearing up for the election.
Well, he followed Sarah Bareilles Cohen's lead.
Baron Cohen, Sacha Baron Cohen, yeah,
Whatever.
yeah. But
Cha-cha-cha.
he what's it called? It's a reminder of the importance of protest and really the importance of the counterculture movement in the '60s and how incredibly relevant it was at the time.
With lots of fornication.
Lots of that was I thought so. Sorkin is one of the greatest writers to ever exist. I mean, there's no doubt.
The Newsroom is one of the best shows. One of the best written shows.
The Social
ever.
Network, one of the best written films of all time. I gotta say, I love when Sorkin, the way he writes in comedy and just those little bits in there, like, he's able to do it so fluidly. Like when he's talking to the guy for the permits, and he's like, "What's it called? There's gonna be public fornication." And he's like, "All right," and goes, "What did he say?" "Well, if you give me $100,000, I'll go ahead and get out of your hair."
And I like how they had that in the courtroom, and it was like, "Sir, did you think this was a joke?" And he's like, "No." And then they continue on, and he's like, that was a joke, right? And he's like, no, yeah, no
government officials about to give $100,000 to some just hippie. No, they're not gonna do it. Yeah, I can't remember his name. Who was playing the lawyer? I think that is my favorite performance of the film.
That was Mark Rylance, Sir David Mark Rylance Waters.
Sir David Mark Rylance Waters. Yes. Oh my God, he was an incredible performance, man.
Oh, him and Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Gordon
Levitt, like, I don't know, he just didn't have that much dialogue going on, but anytime he was up there, you were like, that's the lawyer.
You felt the presence. I mean, Gordon-Levitt is just one of the best, dude. But holy crap! Like Jordan Gordon-Levitt, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Mark Rylance, both of them, big presences in this film, dude. Like they're just so good, and of course Yahya Abdul-Mateen as well. Him just what's it called?
I think he had a great performance because because he was an Aquaman, right?
What's it called? He was an Aquaman, but he was in Watchmen, bro. Watchmen. He was Dr. Manhattan.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Dr. Manhattan. What's it called? But I was he in Just Mercy? If I can remember correctly? I know that was Jamie Foxx, Michael B. Jordan. I may be wrong on that one. Hold on. What's it called? Charles Chicago Sent. He was in Us. Aquaman. But what's it called? Television was Watchmen, and Black Mirror, Handmaid's Tale, The Get Down. Yeah. So we all know 1,000% that Yahya is one of the best actors right now. I mean, that man does there is nothing bad that he does. I mean, I'm so sad that Candyman was delayed, but it was going to happen. And I wanted to see Yahya in that so bad and see what he brings to that role.
Oh, just the trailer off it was fucking amazing.
Fuck, man. Yeah. But I got to say, what's it called? This is, I believe, my fourth favorite of the year so far. What's it called? Above it is, of course, The Five Bloods. I'm Thinking of Ending Things. And what's it called? Bacurau. But yeah, no, this is a really, really good movie that came out in 2020. I gotta say though, what's it called? I do understand at times there is kind of a little bit of a slight pacing issue. I think that is because of the way that it's intended to be. But one of my main what's it called? Gripes with the movie is that I think some of the characters are kind of pushed aside a bit. Like, what's her name? The girl who's the receptionist at the office, like kind of just like push it out to the side, or when it's revealed that the other girl was the agent for the FBI, then there's like nothing else kind of brought up.
Well, I mean, you're already pushing a 2-hour, 20-minute film.
Yeah.
There was no way they could have gone more in depth into everyone who was on screen's backstory. There was no way.
Yeah. So there, not even just backstory, like just kind of what happened after, like what happened to that girl. I want to know what went on with that girl or something like that. But
Probably went back to the FBI or wherever the fuck she came from and had a good career.
yeah, I love how I love I can't remember his name. What's it called? It was Abby and the other guy. He asked like, "Hey, does she ask of me? Does she ask for me?"
Jerry Rubin.
He was, bro, you just got told that this girl was an agent. First thing you ask is if she asked if she's asked for you.
I mean,
I understand.
Yeah,
I understand. Players gotta play, but yeah, I really gotta say that I really gotta go with the fact that I really enjoyed this. I'm gonna go ahead and give, I'm gonna go ahead and give the Trial of Chicago 7 an 8.75 out of 10. This is great. I love this. It's one of my favorites of the year. I just, my main thing that I can really take away that I adored from this film was the use of the music to really hype up those parts when we're seeing the actual confrontation of the riots.
Mm-hmm.
And I say that also, what's it called? That Sorkin leaves nothing out. Like, he shows the blood and stuff, but he also shows probably one of the most powerful images, was when they go up the hill and everybody's getting tear gassed and two men try to rape a girl in the park. And it's like, oh crap. Like, Sorkin does not hold back on showing what was going down that day,
mm-hmm.
which goes to show that he probably did as much research as possible.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm. What is your score for the Trial of Chicago 7, Brett?
Again, like I said, this is a good movie to me. Definite pacing issues in my opinion. I personally recommend just watching Just Mercy.
That was really good this year too.
I like Just Mercy. That one's a little above in my opinion, than this one. So I give this one like a 7.5.
7.5. Hey, it's still good.
Still good. Yeah. It's still a good movie. It's still a watch.
Yeah.
Especially if you have Netflix.
I wouldn't say that this is Sorkin's best script, though, for sure. No, this is not his best script. Also, I've never seen the other film that he directed, but, according to what I heard about this last film and according to this one, I think that he really kind of, update on this one, and he really did a better job at directing than this film. But we'll see what's up. I mean, let's go. I need to watch Molly's Game. I haven't watched it. But, yeah. If you guys don't know anything about Sorkin, I mean, I really do recommend you guys go watch the movies that he's written for because they're just crazy.
You think we could play that one clip from The Newsroom? The one with Jeff Daniels? The one that gets played all over the place because of just how good that writing is?
Yeah, I can. But let me see.
Just to give people an idea just how amazing this man can write.
Yeah, I can probably do that. I hope there's no music in it or anything like that.
I can't remember.
If I hear it, what's it called?
We'll just
do it. We'll play it as the the outgoing clip. But what's it called? Let me go ahead and do our plugs, and then we can get into that. All right. So, without further ado, I want to thank our Patreon supporters, those people that make this show happen, and all the shows on our wonderful network. Because of you all, we get to do what we love here. And especially to our producers and our writers and our showrunner. Without further ado, we want to thank our wonderful, wonderful, wonderful associate producers, Sarah and Cassie and Sarah. Thank you so much for being wonderful producers of the show, along with our executive producers, our good old Grayson Barker 98 on Instagram, Warlord One Bar on Twitter. Thank you, Grayson. Thank you for being the OG producer of the show. It's been a while since you've been here, and we want to thank you so much for that, dude. We also want to thank our other executive producer, Big Papa Pardis. Pardis Jesse Dawson. Pardis Jesse Dawson on Instagram and Twitter. JESUDASEN. Yeah. And then our wonderful writers, Bryce, who you can find at Brown Rice 96 on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Twitch.
You forgot about.
And our other executive producer, Shane.
He's gonna kick your ass for that one. You
totally even listen to this.
I'm gonna tell him. Raul just pass right over you, bro.
Yeah, shut up.
You can follow our friend Shane at twitch.tv/XSRK or on Twitter at XSRK_.
Yeah, and also our wonderful other writer, Tony.
Hey, Tony.
who you can follow at Real Nerdy Dad on Twitter. And without further ado, I mean, I'll play you guys the what's it called? We'll play it after we're done.
We're not talking about the main man.
And of course, I need to get used to the fact that we have a
Yeah, you got top tier up in here.
Yeah, I know. We got a what's it called? A showrunner.
We got all the above up in here.
Yeah, but especially to our showrunner, that is none other than Mr. Mr. Tamor23, who you can follow at Tamor23 on Instagram and Twitter. And without further ado, Brad, we'll let them go out and we'll play them the clip and then send them out on their way. Bradley, send them out.
Raro, the being host as always. Thank you to all our listeners out there, all our Patreon supporters. We appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you to all those who joined us on chat. Love you all. And enjoy this great clip written by Aaron Sorkin. Young Yoda out.